Let me start with a story that reminds me of this community. About 6 months ago, I'm in Seattle. I'm going to go to a high-rise building down there, going to go to the 42nd floor. I get on the elevator in the lobby. Nobody else is there. And all of a sudden, the door starts to close, and I hear this voice, "Hold the door." So I hold the door. In comes this gal, about 35 years old, big smile on her face, light up a room, wonderful person. And she says, "Good morning." I said, "Good morning. How are you?" She said, "I'm terrific." Just a really nice personality. I said, "Are you going up?" She said, "I am." I said, "How far?" And she said, "Clear to the top, but you can push 7. Clear to the top, but you can push 7. That's what great communities are all about. How far are you going in this valley? Are you going clear to the top? But you might want to push 7 today, push 8, push 9, whatever it is. Don't stop at any floor on the way up, you guys. Go to the top. How far are you willing to go? Go clear to the top. Great people, great organizations are all about going clear to the top. Don't stop along the way any longer than you have to. Go clear to the top. That's what it's all about. Coming over here, like every speaker prior to me, I was thinking, what would be a good connection? What would be a good line? What would be a good opening? How could I start this about connections that people would remember, that the entire presentation would make some sense to you? So as I was driving over thinking about it, I came over from Olympia, came through Cashmere this morning, saw the beautiful pear trees, the apple trees, and it reminded me of the saying that many of you have heard so many times. Many people saw the apple drop. Sir Isaac Newton asked why. And that made all the difference in the world. Do you ask why? Why not your community? Why not you? What is it about the community you can build on assets and strengths and connecting the things that go on in this community? We lived here for 12 years, loved this community, and it was about synergy. It was about partnership. It was about going out and finding common goals, common themes, common things that people wanted together. There was no shortage of brilliance in this community, no shortage of initiative in this community, no shortage of great people in this community, no shortage of ideas. What was missing at times was people's willingness to connect the dots. I have to own it or it's not mine. No, it's about synergy. It's about working together. It's about team. It's about family. All the great projects in this valley are a result of people working together in a synergistic way to create a better community. Things that are going forward, things that are going on. That's what leadership's about, all the things that happen going forward in this community. So let me talk a little bit about how we connect the dots in the work that we do. Chief Seattle said it very well. This we know, all things are connected. Everything connects to someone else, which connects to something else moving forward in all the systems that we do. I attended a workshop about a year ago. It was a really nice workshop. The organizer, it was about vision, creating a vision in a community, and the importance to have clarity around vision. And he said, leadership is about clarity of vision. If you don't have picture, don't have mission, don't have vision, it's going to be really hard to accomplish your goals. So he came around, there was about 100 of us, we were all 8 to 10 people at a table, and he dumped a jigsaw puzzle of about 100 pieces on the table. He said, "I'd like you to go ahead and put this puzzle together." So we had fun. Well, I have a corner, I have an end, let's put it together. And everyone was enjoying the first 5 or 10 minutes because we were seeing how everything was connected. We felt a part of it. We had something to do about the final outcome of this puzzle. And after about 10 minutes, it got a little frustrating. We couldn't quite see how it was going to go. Pretty soon, 2 or 3 people were doing the activity. Others kind of drifted away. After about 10 or 15 minutes, the facilitator stopped the exercise, and he said, "Let's stop the exercise. It doesn't appear that any group is going to finish this activity." And he said, "How did it go?" Back of the room, somebody said, "Well, it was fun at first. We saw how all the parts connected. We see how I had a corner, she had a corner. It was all working very good. We really felt like we were part of this whole process. Great. What happened then?" "Well, we got a little frustrated, actually got a little angry because we couldn't complete the exercise." And he went on to say, "You know, in the many years of doing this particular exercise, no group has ever completed the puzzle." Then he said, "Is there something I could have done as the facilitator which would have helped you complete the puzzle?" And from the back of the room, somebody raised their hand and said, "Yes, you could have left us the top of the puzzle box with the picture on it so we could see what it looked like." And you got the message already, didn't you? Without the top of the puzzle box, without the clarity of the picture, how would you know your role? How would you know your part? How would you know how to connect those dots? The number one criteria of leadership is clarity around vision. Where are you going? What's the outcome? What do you expect of this community? You have to ask yourself that all the time. And I would come to this community and ask you this today. Do you have a vision? Do you have a purpose? Do you have goals? Do you have direction? No goals, no vision, probably a very limited future. What's the vision in the community? Where do you want to go? Are you planning backwards to get to that? How do you connect the dots to make sure everybody's involved in that? Clarity of vision, clarity of purpose is really what separates people around. So this is what he gave at the end. He said, now here's the top of the puzzle box. Everybody can complete the puzzle very, very quickly. So great communities are about clarity of vision. It's always about collaboration. Working together, always in a synergistic way to create the kind of community you want. You decide this community. You decide it. But it's about clarity, it's about collaboration, it's about you working together to do the kinds of things you want. And every collaboration helps us grow. Every time you partner, every time you share, every time you learn something from someone and you grow, you're a better person, things work better for you. If you have to go alone, good luck. And the saying is this, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. You must go together or you're not going to succeed. It's not a solo act out there. It's about working together to do things that we do. When we collaborate, when we connect, we have growth in our community. We build new partnerships. We create new pathways to the things we're going. It is truly about connecting dots, about connecting the puzzle pieces. Great leaders bring people together to connect the dots along a series of building blocks that make that happen for all of us. What are those building blocks? At least some of them. And every speaker that you've had today has done an absolutely marvelous job of talking to you about some of the building blocks to go forward, whether it be leadership or synergy or collaboration or the things that we do. Well, one of those is linking people to ideas. We are looking for what-if people in great communities. You want to hire somebody who is a what-if person. Have we thought about it from this perspective? Here's another angle. Could we do that? You do not want leaders to say, we've tried that before. It never happened. Can't be done. Get rid of that. You want people to say, let's go for it. What's your idea? Flesh it out for us. Give us more detail. Don't say no. Say, let's talk about it. Give me some more detail behind those ideas. Honor people. Honor their ideas. People will support what they help develop. They're not engaged in developing the picture. Why would they support it? You must engage people in the outcome if you want to have an outcome that makes any sense in the community. You have to build bridges to dreams. This room is full of dreamers today. What's your dream? Do people know your dream? And if you've got to share your dream, what's the dream of this valley? A valley without a dream has no future. A city without a dream has no hope. You have no hope, you have no power to change today. What are the dreams of the city? Do you have a dream in the city? And who knows that? Who knows about that dream, and how can you make that dream connect? You have to bond people to your community. What bonds you to the valley? What keeps you here? Is it family? Is it relationships? Is it quality of life? Is it an opportunity to make a difference? All citizens want two things in life: the opportunity to make a contribution to their community and some small form of recognition, as small as a thank you. Thank you for showing up on Saturday with a shovel. Thank you for coming here to do this work today. All of you in this room came here today to do something to make your community a better place. And regardless of what happens today, tonight this community will be better because you're here today, because you'll take away ideas, and you'll take away energy to make it happen for other people there. You have to encourage a lot of collaboration, lots and lots of communication. When we were here before doing a lot of the projects in the community, and at least 3/4 of the people in this room right here have been involved with me in a project, which has been fantastic. And people would come and say, that's not a bad idea. How about this? How about this? And I mean, an hour later, it was a fabulous plan that no one envisioned an hour earlier, simply because people's ideas were honored. They were honored as people, and we were able to put together some wonderful, wonderful projects. Again, because it was a collaborative effort, not a solo effort. We have to make sure that people are involved in decision-making processes. That's so critical. I just can't tell you how important it is, you guys. You must engage the public. You must engage all the ideas. You must engage people and honor their ideas and their work. And when you do that, they are truly going to support and become engaged in the outcome of the product there. You must foster a belief that education is the best investment in the future. And that's been my career for 42 years. And I absolutely love it. It's a fantastic career. And really, I tell people all the time, the best investment you can make in your community from any infrastructure item is to invest in education. Personally, from a civic perspective, from an economic perspective, every dollar you put in education has a greater return than anything else you'll do. Invest in your people. Your greatest asset, your greatest capital anywhere in this country is in people. Your greatest asset in people. You have great people, you have great organizations. Those of you in education know that the greatest attribute in the classroom is a great teacher. Great teacher, great program. Great school, great principal. That's how it works. You must have great people out there doing the work to lead your work and going forward, and that's really about education. Honoring the voices of all people. Diversity is an asset, not a liability. Honor every voice. No voice is unimportant. There are no unimportant people out there. Honor their voice, honor their people, honor the work that they're doing, and make sure that they feel they're connected to the system and all that they do. The partnership piece was what got so many projects done in this community. I can hardly think of a solo project that had a great outcome, but I can think of 100 projects in this community that you were involved with that were partnerships, that people came forward and said, this is a great idea, let me add to it, let me add to it, let me add to it. It was the value added that make those partnerships so very important in what we're doing. Inspire a community view of what is possible. You ever ask yourself what's possible? I often do workshops for teachers, and I always say to them this question, what would have to happen this year in your school to have your best year ever? So I would ask you on a personal basis, too. Take it personally. What would have to happen in your life for this year to be your best year ever? And you would answer, and I would say, what's keeping you from doing that? What's keeping you from having your best year ever? And I hope you don't say to me, I had my best year in 1967, and I've been slipping ever since, Even at my age, I think my best years are yet to come. I hope they are. That's what gets me up in the morning. I don't drive to work every day. I drive to an opportunity. I hope you don't drive to work every day. I hope you drive to an opportunity. If you don't, change careers. Your life's too important. Drive to an opportunity. Be around people and tell them that you want to drive to those opportunities and things that they do out there. A couple of other things for you really quickly. What's possible? Why not? Why not us? What's the big dream? Do you have a dream in your community? What would have to happen for to have the best future we ever wanted to have? What's keeping us from having that particular future? And what steps are required for us to go forward as we look ahead there? How do we connect those dots in education? Home is the first school. And I always tell parents that. Home is the first school. Expectations, standards. Have a post-secondary conversation all the time with your kids. Many first-generation students have no career going on to post-secondary conversation at home. We wonder why they don't go on, because there's no conversation at home about it. So home is the place where expectations are start and established and the work that's going forward. We know that all of us are involved. Our neighbors might have come from private, public, homeschool, doesn't matter. They have to have a great education. That's the most important thing. They're still going to pay taxes. They're still going to contribute. We have to support education across the board. Early learning, start ahead, stay ahead. Best dollar you're ever going to invest in education from early learning to K-12 to post-secondary is what? Early learning. Get these kids off to a great start. It saves a tremendous amount of cost going forward. Start ahead, stay ahead. Get these kids off to a great start. And we talked about food, we talked about relationships, we talked about things earlier. It's very important. Elementary school, obviously great teachers. The educators in this room know that that's an important and critical piece to make sure those kids are going forward. Middle and high school, kids make decisions on personal level and on career levels, not at the high school level. They make them at the middle school level. They act on personal decisions later. They make them at the middle school level. Spend time with middle school kids because that's the place in their life they are making decisions for later. They act on them later, but the time they make personal and career decisions are at middle school. High school and post-secondary, critically important. 70% of all the jobs in Washington going forward will require something beyond a high school diploma, a certificate or credential, a technical degree. It's got to be something beyond high school. A high school diploma is no longer going to get you where you want to go. 70% of all the jobs going forward. Currently in the state, we have 50,000 jobs unfilled in the state right now because we have students not qualified for those jobs. 50,000. 25,000 will go to 50,000 by 2018 in the state. And why do we look so good nationally as a state educationally? Because we're an importer of people. Washington imports a large percent of its degrees right now because we don't have people qualified for those particular jobs. Our students are not getting the jobs of the future. We've got to help our kids get those jobs, and post-secondary education will help us. Most important thing that every educator will tell you in this room when those kids cross the graduation line in June is that they want those students to be lifelong learners, to be engaged and enthusiastic and committed to continue to learn throughout their life. It's no longer possible to get a degree and say, that's it for you. Not going to happen. We have Learning My Time right now, every time. I work with the business community constantly who are giving their employees 2 or 3 hours a day on site to do learning at their place right there. And they're paying for it because they realize that adults cannot go out and sit in a classroom anymore and do that. So the world is changing in higher education. Western Governors University, to give you an example, which is a competency-based program, out there currently. Let me go back to this real quickly. His 55,000 students nationally, and that's a competency-based program going forward. This one, oops, let me go back one. I'm going a little quick right here. There we go. The community is known by the school it keeps, and this is how our community should be known too, in terms of the schools that we keep, all the good things that we do. I'm so happy you're passing levies and bonds, because that's the future of this community, and that's why people will continue to move here, reinvest here, and come to this community, because it's a place where education is important. I like the word community because it ends in an important word that's called unity, U-N-I-T-Y. What's the unity in this community? How do you set common goals? What are your dreams? And how do you achieve those dreams going forward to the future? Well, dreams are about optimism. They're about hope. And when you have hope for tomorrow, you have the power to change today. Let me repeat it. When you have hope for tomorrow, you have the power to change today. When you have hopeless citizens out there, if they put no effort in today's change, there's no reason for them, because tomorrow's no better than today. We have to give people hope. Hope is about optimism, and it's about moving forward. It's about opportunity for those kids. She's the salutatorian at Bridgeport High School. Last year I was a graduation speaker, 38 students, 38 going on to post-secondary education. 38 students, post-secondary education, all high poverty, all ELL students. So don't tell me it can't be done. It's being done, and it's being done because people have hope and optimism. Communities develop partnerships and friendships. They believe in dreams. They keep the faith. They never give up on anyone. There are no unimportant children. There are no unimportant people. Everybody deserves admiration and respect. Everyone's in a struggle. Everyone's in a struggle. Don't add burden to that struggle. Lift some of that off their shoulders, and you'll be a friend forever for people. What's your mission? Defined as a journey with a purpose. You know, what's vision, which is defined as clarity toward a desired outcome. What's the clarity? What's the dream in this community? How are you going to get there? Keep our focus on what we're going to do, because success is not accidental. No one ever falls to the top of a mountain. Take me to any community in Washington that's succeeding. They have dreams, they have a vision, they have clarity, they have effort, they have people working day in and day out, sacrificing for the betterment of that community. We all know about Russell Wilson, of course, and I had a chance to hear him speak recently. Somebody in the audience said, what are the attributes of success? He said, personally and organizationally, 3 things. Be a hard worker, stay humble, and dream big. Then I had a chance to hear him talk to some students after that, and this is what he told the students. Your dream is out there, go for it. That's what I would say to you today. Your dream is out there. Your dream is out there. Are you going to achieve it? Are you going to move in that direction? It's in this room if you are. It's in your energy, it's in your hard work, it's in your humility, and it's your ability to work hard with people. And he said his father told him 3 things. Keep perspective, keep purpose, and persevere. It's tough life. It's hard life out there. Life is hard. Tough it out. And his father used to say to him, Russell, why not you? He'd say, Dad, I can't do it. I can't do it. He'd say, why not, Russell? Why not you? Why can't you do it? What's keeping you from doing it? The answer is, you know what? Yourself. You're the one keeping yourself from doing it. Don't do it to yourself. Go out and do it. It's tough out there. I understand that, but it's tough for everybody. Keep working hard. It'll work for you in great communities. So let me end with this. Let us put our minds together and see what life we can make for our children, our community, and our future. Let us connect the dots to build bridges to our dreams. Let us ask, why not us? Thank you very much.